Who gets the first question today? 'Cause
I guess it's me. Who do you want to have the first question?
Steve.
Well, I just asked it, so sorry.
Oh, slick.
I didn't even mean to do it either.
Yeah.
What did you think of the way things went for you guys offensively? Just general thoughts?
Not good enough to win. I thought there was a lot of good. I was proud of a lot of the way a lot of guys played. I thought the offensive line did a nice job gelling together. I thought it was the best they played from a protection standpoint and a run game standpoint. I was happy with the way we took advantage of the bye week and improved some areas we need to improve. We got to find a way to finish the game. You get the ball back with 3 minutes and 46 seconds, and on the 47, we made a first down. It was one of the 47-yard lines. If we can get points right there, if we can find a way to finish one more series, that's in that type of game, that's what you have to have. It's what you need. But I thought that overall we played well. I thought there were some players that played key roles for us that hadn't. The bye week helped. Through scheme, through rotation of the player rotation, those things. I thought that a lot of people were close. We're close. We're close to playing the way we needed to play in that game to win. Just got to finish.
Kind of sticking with that, you mentioned end of game and also end of the first half, not closing out that. What is the key to maybe having more success in those situational moments?
Did you get a haircut?
I did get
Yeah, looks nice. It really comes down to, and it's simple and it's boring. It's fundamentals. It's finishing the right way. It's playing good football in the fourth quarter. We had a couple opportunities there where it's just technique things, and it's close. It's making sure that we're emphasizing the right thing at practice, that we're drilling the right things, the right techniques, and giving our guys the best chance to be successful. And like I said, it was close, but we didn't finish the way we needed to, and that's why the score ended the way it did.
You kind of hinted at it, coming out of the bye week that there was going to be some changes, and obviously one of the most notable changes was just with the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Again, well, like you said, not enough overall, but what did you like about what they were able to do? Obviously, an injury occurred later on, and I'm sure that threw some wrenches into the mix.
Yeah, I thought it was a group that gave us a chance in the run game and gave us a chance to do some different stuff schematically, just by body types, and it wasn't just we weren't relying on one scheme, and those guys played well together, which is hard to do. That doesn't happen overnight. That's why you normally offensively the bye week helps so much because you get a jump. You got 10 days to work on an opponent. You got 10 days to work on yourself and do those things. And our guys took advantage of it and worked really hard during that week and in that week going into it because it doesn't happen. It's not you don't just make a change like, oh, we're good, we're fine. Like here it is. This is the magic wand. It was 5 guys still got to see the game through one set of eyes, and now you put Rashawn over at right tackle, and all of a sudden, Tro plays his best game. It's kind of like, hey, you affected this team in a positive because you changed positions, and you've just played so much, and you're intelligent. You're helping the guy next to you become a better player as well. And that's what's hard about the offensive line is it's not just your 5 best players; it's your 5 best as a group. And then so then Nick helping Tree and Trey coming in and being able to help them communicate those things. So I thought they did a good job on those type things. There's still a couple things that playing together would help a little bit more, but they played well enough to win. That group did, and they deserve a lot of credit.
Mario Anderson was in here yesterday, said he felt like Monterio tore him down and built him back up. I mean, just what did that look like, when he came in as a D2 guy versus where you feel like he's at now?
Yeah, I think what that meant was, like, Mario's a talented kid. And when you move from Newberry and all of a sudden you are the big fish in a little pond, and now you come to the SEC and it's kind of like, hey, big guy, like, this isn't Newberry. Like, you're competing against the best week in, week out. Like, you got to kind of lose that little he's got a little swagger about him, which is good, and it's a fine line of being able to, like, hey, know your role, earn your place. Like some of the stuff you got away with there, you're not going to get away with here because these defenses are fast. And you can dance behind the line and you can do those type things, but this is a physical 2 chin strap league that you better be ready to run through people and get downhill. And that's why, and it's the part of the rotation of why it took him a little bit to play, is because he was still learning how to play at this level, not being just, I'm not gonna say bigger, but stronger and faster than everyone. And so he's earned it. And most of the time when you go through something really hard, you come out on the other side better and you get forged in the fire. And for Mario, it's not easy. It's not easy to come in. All of a sudden you were the starter, you're at Newberry, and you're the man. And all of a sudden now you come to South Carolina, it's like you're in the SEC. Well, you're not the man. And everything's earned. So for him to go through the process he's gone through to this point has made him a better football player. He wouldn't be the football player if Coach Mo hadn't been hard on him and he didn't teach him and grow. But he took the coaching. And he took the hard coaching, and it's made him better for it. Now that hard work and the resolve and the ability to get through a little bit of adversity is showing up on the field for him. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great to meet you. Trey Knox has had 15 catches the last 2 weeks. He had the nice touchdown. A lot of the stuff though seemed like it was going underneath. What does he do for the passing game and for Spencer?
Trey's really intelligent, and he knows the offense as well as anyone. You know, he was with us at Arkansas, so he knows a little bit of the stuff we brought from Arkansas, and he's just a really bright guy. So he learns fast. So he's a calming presence in the huddle, and you know he can go in there and coach the tight ends. That's how sharp he is. He can tell the wideouts where to get lined up, and so then all of a sudden you're playing some younger guys, and he's breaking the huddle. And there's been times when he's told Spencer, whoa, check it the other way. He's just sharp, and so it's a very calming. He has a calming presence for Spencer. He's a guy who knows what to do. He knows how to do it. There's things in his game that he needs to continue to improve, and we're working on. But he's smart, tough, and dependable, and that's what you're looking for, and that's what he gives us. And to his credit, I mean, he's 15 catches in 2 games, and he's done a nice job for us. He's an important part of this offense, and his presence allows us to play some younger guys, just like Vershawn playing next to Tro. It allows Nick and Tyshawn and some of those guys to get out there, because when he's on the field with them, he can also help and direct them.
Coach Beaver mentioned yesterday the progress that Harbor's made and how hard he's worked. How goes it to see him make that catch, and 2, just how hard have you seen him work to get to where he is?
Yeah, and we've talked about him. I know he's a name that gets talked about a lot, but he's a great kid, and he's humble. And what I love about Nick is Nick knows exactly where he's at. He's not a kid. He knows he has work to do, and he's going to be a really, really good player. He knows he's not quite there yet with everything. But I love what he keeps his mouth shut. He's patient. He just keeps working. He has to live with the expectations because of how many stars were attached to his name in recruiting that get dumped on him outside this building. And he does a really good job because he's a humble kid and he's got great parents of knowing that the only way to produce on the field is to work hard and to keep your mouth shut. And some of the expectation, and you talk about expectations, he has the same expectations that we do. So we're aligned. And that's what I appreciate about Nick. He's not selfish. He knows where he's at. He knows where he needs to keep working. He doesn't have an arrogance about him. He's not a me guy. He can take hard coaching. He can also there's a what's the word I'm looking for? A realization of what the situation is, and he's embracing that, and he's gonna work hard. Kind of like Mario, like there's gonna be a process, and I saw a quote, "My time's coming." He knows he's not there yet, but he knows through hard work he can get to where he wants to go, where we all want him to go. And I love that about Nick Harbor.
How nice was it for y'all, and I guess Juju specifically, to see him be able to get loose a couple times the other day after that sort of talking point?
Yeah, it was awesome. Juju is made of the right stuff. He's a competitive kid, and he brings something different to this offense. And he's a energy giver at practice. He's an energy giver when things are hard. And he probably hadn't played as much as he wanted to, but I've never heard a word about it. Maybe he's had those conversations with Coach Mo. Sitting in the quarterback room every day and coaching those guys, I normally have a pretty good pulse on the team because those guys are most time the most well-liked guys, and they've got the ear of the locker room, and so I'm privy to some information, conversations sometimes, so I know who's griping, who's not. And Juju's he's a pro. He knows what to do, and he does it. He shows up every day and works, and it's the whole thing. We're not happy with where we're at right now, but we're happy with how our kids are working and growing, and just keep your mouth shut. Just keep working hard, and good things happen. Like, just keep playing hard, keep cleaning, keep getting better, and Juju does it every day. And you need guys like that, your veterans, that set the standard for everyone and continue to work with the right attitude when things aren't going the way you want them to. And if you do that, you survive these hard times, and you're better for them. And Juju should get a lot of credit for those things.
You faced this Blake Baker defense at Mizzou when you were with Arkansas. What stands out about that scheme and what you're going to see Saturday?
I think he and Coach Drinkwitz do such a great job, not only just recruiting, because they've done a great job building a good roster, but those kids play hard. The scheme's tough because they're good up front. They've got good corners. They got a couple good linebackers. It's not overly complicated, and you can tell, like, what does that mean? It means that they do a really good job of recognizing where their talent is and allowing them to play fast. And they do. They play fast. They're aggressive. I know Coach Drinkwitz and Coach Baker, part of their thing is to affect the quarterback, and they do that every week.
Dale, not to go backwards too far, but we don't have a chance to be able to talk to you after the Florida game. I think there's 4:40 left, second down. You guys take a shot downfield. What was just the thought process of that? Obviously you guys trying to chew the clock up, but you guys have had opportunities down the field. And you guys were successful throughout the game.
Yeah.
Did that play a role?
Yeah, it was a role of, what is it going to take to win this game? What was the score at that point? 37-30, 37-34. Chances are they get the ball back and they're scoring points too. So it's not. I think there's three different ways to play 4 minute. This is how I see 4 minute. There's a game where you call your 3 best runs, regardless of what's happening. There's the one where you call the first play and see what happens, and then there's the hey, we better call our 3 best plays. And when you're playing a tier 1 quarterback, you're playing an offense that's scoring points. If you don't do that and you punt it back to them and say, hey, go win it, defense. Yeah, it's on y'all. Y'all go. We ran our 3 plays and punted it back. This happened to us in Chicago. We're playing the Lions, tier 1 quarterback Matthew Stafford. I think it was very similar. I think it might have been 34-37, and we ran the ball 3 times, punted it back to Stafford. Stafford, Megatron, go score. Minute 14, they win the game, beat us. It was 38-37 or something like that. And so every game's played differently, and when a team's scoring on you, then it's complementary football. It's 3 phases, and that's why we need to finish that last drive. But it's also, look, we trust number 7. He's our best player. So let's put the ball in his hands. The offensive line did a great job. Mario did a great job. But number 7's a guy, and let's dance who brought us. And he played. He's seeing the field well. He was doing some good things. That was a super aggressive shot, super aggressive. But at that point, that's what it was. It was we could run the ball 3 times, punted to him, and I could have sat in the press box and drank a Diet Coke saying, I hope we hold him. But at that point, we felt like the best thing to win the game and communicating with Coach Beamer is let's be aggressive and let's see if we can put something together right here and flip the field and put them back, worst case scenario, or go try to make this a 2-possession game again. Appreciate you guys.